is mortal. Spare me. Do not look upon my misery. Never before has a Daedra pleaded with a mortal, but I beg of you to turn from the sight of my wretchedness. JCL. JCL. Her memory haunts me. She is gone to me. I cannot feel the traces of her in my mind. No fragment of her lingers. Oh, JCL, forgive me. It was my foolish pride that cost my mistress her realm. In my vanity I pleaded their case with her. The seducers are lordless warriors, and might shift allegiance at will. I thought they might remain loyal to JCL, once they knew her honest and honorable nature. But the seducers were in turn seduced. Dagon rules them now. Though to my everlasting shame I fear some seducers went to him, willing thee. These seducers Dagon has remade in the image of his own greed and treachery. Oh, all this horror is my fault, and I must atone for it. My mistress has hidden herself behind the night portal, and driven her spirit into the dream sleeve. When nocturnal mana flows, the night portal opens easily, as do the portals to other realms. But Dagon's troops have stoppered the flow of nocturnal magica, sealing the night portal and all portals from Shade Perilous. The Magica Tourbillon must turn again, but they will not budge until the wheels of heaven read the great code. I know not. It is in my mistress's book of the wheels of heaven. I know not how the codes work, but my mistress knows. I have heard her speak of the book, the stools, and the tourbillon that make all magica flow. I'm sorry, but my mistress has not shared with me the mysteries of the arcane. Seek ye the book of the wheels of heaven, for it contains the sacred codes. Perhaps the riddle of the stools is also recorded there. The night portal is locked by 4 secret levers, and then, when the night portal opens, you will find my lady bound within the dream sleeve. This is an enchantment beyond my understanding, but she has told me the secret of its unraveling. Speak in the name of the nocturnals to shake the spell's bindings. You have my word, and my word is my bond. Awake, 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 from sleep to despair. And who are you? I rise through sorrow, I sink with hope. The night binds me in tiny steps. I murmur cold memories like the nibbling of rats on tiny toes in sleep. I fade into the smallest part of my soul, a wisp of a whisper. The shackles that bind me are far stronger than any mere magics. I shall remain here alone. Let the nocturnals come and find me stricken here. They will punish me, but they will punish the Dagon far more. There will be war in the heavens. The sky will crack, and the earth will split in two. All mortal things must perish in this howling storm of fire and night. It will be glorious. Catch your tears in a sieve of gold, mortal. It's too late for weeping. I have no tears left, and no pity for the tears of mortals. Ah, Deianira. Her longing will not cease even in the face of overwhelming loss. How like a mortal she is. But no. The thought of her tears is almost enough to shake this mantle of anguish from my shoulders, almost, but not enough. No. The only joy left in me now is the thought that the nocturnals will scourge the Dagon until the magica drips in rivulets from his hollow eye sockets, twins to the tears I cannot cry. Farewell. Farewell, selfish mortal. Leave me, mortal. Your miseries are not mine. She will not die. Immortals cannot die. Now be off, mortal. Leave me to my sweet melancholia. Awake, awake, I rise through, I murmur cold, I fade into the smallest part of my soul, a wisp of a whisper. The shackles that bind me are, it will be glorious. Catch your tears in a sieve of, Deianira. Her longing will not, farewell, selfish mortal. Leave me, mortal. Your miseries are not mine. She will not die. Immortals cannot die. Now be off, mortal. Leave me to my sweet melancholia. How goes your quest? You return, and with you hope returns. I can feel my mistress again, but I sense she has become dispirited by her deep loss. It is very much in the nature of nocturnals to pine and mourn, even beyond the purpose of such grief. They nurse their misery in their bosom until their sorrow takes on a life of its very own, until weeping is all there is, until all the seas of tears run dry. Only the greatest of shocks can do that, a loss greater than the shame of the pillage of the Shade Perilous. I know her better than any, and I do not know any such thing. I told you, I know not. Perhaps you are right, but nothing short of casting myself into oblivion could shock her from the refuge of her bittersweet melancholia. I implore you, you must do the deed. Take this soul dagger. If you strike true, you shall loosen my spirit, and darkness will swallow me. Into the dagger I shall pour my hope and longings, which you must bear as a token to my mistress, that she will know what I have done for her. I can. I must. The realm must endure. And for the realm to endure, I must make this sacrifice. I thank you for your care, but you do me a kindness. Raise this dagger up against me, and smite me with all thy arm and heart. Linger not. I do not fear, for I sense honor in your heart, and perhaps a touch of love. Raise this dagger up against me, and smite me with all thy arm and heart. Linger not. I do not fear, for I sense honor in your heart, and perhaps a touch of love. How goes your quest? You return. I can feel only the great. I know. I told you. Perhaps you are right. But nothing should have. No. You are keen-sighted, mortal. I must leap into the darkness for her. Seek my mistress. Tell her that should she not return to rule her realm, I will have no safe return from oblivion. And remind her of her oaths and obligations. So honorable a mistress would never be forsworn of her vows. I implore you, you must do the deed. Raise this dagger up again.
I have nothing more to say to you. Goodbye. I have nothing more to say to you. Ah, she is gone. Gone! I should tear your beating heart out and force you to eat it in tiny bites, one wriggling, beating bite each century. I should flay the skin from your body and hurl your living carcass into the sea of my salty tears. You mortal! No doom so slow, no pain so tearing. What you say perhaps is true, too fair, but you bastard! You tricked her into this to serve your own selfish ends. Perhaps I can understand. You are a mortal, and mortals see things differently. A mortal must never regret, never feel shame for what it does to save its life. Daedra do not really die, not as you know death. But we can sacrifice ourselves to oblivion, as she did. Oblivion is existence and self-awareness without the ability to see, hear, or affect the world. For an immortal, it is hell. Unspeakable pain and horror, absolute loss. Eventually, we do return, but not all return as they were. There is sickness, madness, change. It is passing strange, but I feel your comfort, mortal. You have so much to lose, you things of flesh, and yet you do not despair. An intriguing mystery. All other portals are sealed, but there is a back door. To the north, you must cross the rock sails to a lesser portal, which will bear you to the hex room and the gate. 4 anchors bind the magical forces. Loose these anchors, and the portal is ready. To the north is a door. Say Gemaque to enter. When you reach the final portal, I will have had time to open it to your use. But the Dagon have set a seal upon passage from all destinations but those of their own choosing. You must go where they wish you to go. Your cunning shines with a brightness that craves requiting. In the brightest light or blackest dark, we are equally blind. It may be that I owe you something, or owe it to myself and my pride. But if in the end you must stand before Dagon, call on me. I will use you as a link for travel, and it may be that even my modest powers can be one of your little surprises for him. Just one look before you go, mortal. Abide with me a moment. Ah, so faint a candle is the mortal's light. Faint, and it flickers so. But indeed this faint light of mortals might light up the sky. Oh, but I shall remember thee, and see thee again before the end. Farewell.